game-related reasons, or at least most of them. That made me a little bit sad because, I mean, everybody has different ideas about StarCraft or where StarCraft should go. But yeah, he was really vocal about it.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe with Heart of the Swarm we could see the return of Superhuman.
That would be awesome. I would love that. As he made a lot of good maps.
He did make a lot of good maps. Cloud Kingdom has become one of the standard tournament maps in this current meta game.
I wouldn't be surprised if he made Crevasse.
He didn't make Crevasse, Kevin.
Oh well, something as genius as that could have been from his hands.
Can you just explain, except for this snowy tile set, why you like Crevasse?
It's just a great map. Have you seen Xerox vs Mondragon on the map?
Yes.
How awesome was that game?
That was, it was kind of a standard ZVP.
No.
Yeah.
That was groundbreaking. He counted Void Rays with roaches, man. That was awesome. Those kind of games are only possible on Crevasse. I just really like Crevasse.
Kev, for somebody that hates roaches so much, Crevasse is kind of responsible for the development of that kind of style.
But who said I love roaches? I love all units. Don't you know? Complexity's Ganzi is, of course, our Korean Terran spawning on the right top side of Cloud Kingdom. While FXO Strelok, our Ukrainian Terran, spawns on the left bottom side with his map. And Ben, it seems like Strelok wants to go for the 14 command center.
Yeah, super fast expand coming from Strelok. Ganzi's still gasless. Kev, we made predictions before this series was played. What were yours?
I actually predicted Ganzi to win, even though Strelok is always strong in the North American Star League. Ganzi's already 0-2, and it would just be weird to see a player of his caliber to go 0-3. So I actually thought that Ganzi was going to take this series.
I also thought that Ganzi would probably take the series, but I wanted to gamble a little bit, and I said Strelok for this one.
Did you?
I did.
Wow. Sick gambling luck.
Sick gambling life. It's not over yet, though. Of course, only in the opening moments of Cloud Kingdom. Ganzi still has plenty of time.
Really quick refinery for Strelok. Funny to see that he gets the refinery quicker than Ganzi, even though Ganzi is the one with a much quicker racks. He's going to follow it up with a command center, but he's building it in his base, man. That really surprised me, because there's for him absolutely no reason right now to be afraid of anything. So why would you build it? I guess he just wants to confuse his opponent, and that does make sense. He wants to let Strelok worry about a potential Banshee opening, or maybe even some Hellion play. So I guess that's the reason why, but this also means that he delays himself even further, and the economy of Strelok is really going to skyrocket compared to the one of him. Strelok is going to have to be a little bit more careful because he's completely in the dark, so he perhaps, I don't know, I guess he's still going to have money to always produce SCV, so I'm not really sure if this is worth the confusion.
We're going to have to wait and see as Strelok, with that orbital completed, is beginning to produce on double command center. He's got
double refinery went down for Ganzi, quicker than for Strelok. Interesting build orders over here, man.
Yeah, Ganzi's factory already in production. Strelok's factory is nearing completion. I think we're probably going to see some Banshees from both players. Ganzi might go Cloak this time.
Yeah, I'm pretty damn sure that he's going to go for Cloak Banshees. Otherwise, I don't see any reason to drop the double refinery at this phase of the game. He's still delaying his expand, but I don't know, man. I'm very confused by how this is going so far. None of the unit has been killed yet on either side, even though the SCV of Strelok took some damage. So you could say first blood was drawn, but it wasn't a kill.
One racks fast expand into double command center is Ganzi's build.
I always thought that was weird, by the way, in Dota games, you know, it's like first blood is only drawn by someone who actually dies. As you see another command center going down, as you mentioned. Oh, the SCV won't spot the flying orbital command. But like, let's say you have a sniper on the lane and he shoots another hero 5 times. Wouldn't you consider that as first blood? Because how can you take 5 bullets, man, and not bleed? Just by eating a Tango, you're not supposed to go back to full HP, no?
But Tango also regenerates mana.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
No.
Really?
Of course. If you eat a tree in Dota, it doesn't regenerate mana.
Oh. I'm really bad at Dota.
You're cray, man. 2 Hellions in production for Strelok, as he's going to use those Hellions perhaps to get a little bit of scouting down. Scan goes down by Ganzi, as he's going to be able to see, well, the tech lab. That's actually, as silly as it is, man, I would consider this a good scout.
There's a tech lab.
Because
well, I mean, there
well,
are
the tech lab was
options.
down first, so it makes perfect sense that that is right the moment when the starport gets landed next to the factory. As we do see Cloak Banshees on the way right now for Complexity's Ganzi, as he's up to triple orbitals soon, so the slight economic disadvantage that he was in is going to be turned around, as he's on Reactor Factory as well, so Hellions are going to say hello to the other Hellions.
Strelok making a good read is going to go ahead and get a Raven first. going to make any Banshee harass from Ganzi sort of tough to...
It would be super great for Strelok if he follows this up with a Viking. That would be pretty much the best case scenario.
And there's a chance that he might, given that all of his units are kind of out on the map.
Well, he might still. You don't need a tech lab to make a Viking. So I actually do think that it is going to be a Viking. We'll see. Hellions are meeting each other in the middle of the map right now. 4 Hellions on the map, I believe, on either side. Actually, 6 Hellions for Strelok, but... Okay, here are the remaining 4. And a Viking is in production, so this is a dream opening for Strelok, man. Strelok really getting ahead of this. Cloak is still being researched, even though he follows up with a Viking as well, so he might still cancel it.
Strelok's Hellions do end up engaging a little bit prematurely, and he's going to lose one before the fighting really starts. Still, though, he does have better numbers. Ganzi's going to micro a little bit, and now Strelok's going to micro a little bit. Nice control from both sides, and Strelok's going to come out well ahead of that fight.
Yep, he had more Hellions, but this Banshee Raven right now, he can still cancel Cloak, and no, he didn't cancel it, so he researched Cloak. Now, Cloak is an upgrade that's pretty useful throughout the entire game, but for now, Cloak is going to do absolutely nothing for Ganzi. He's not even going to reveal the fact that he has Cloak, and I like that, because why would you activate Cloak when there's a Raven on top of your head?
Ganzi still did manage to get up into the main base of Strelok with a Hellion or 2, and in total, Ganzi killed 9 workers. That puts him exactly 9 workers ahead of Strelok, so... in spite of the fact that Strelok manages to deal with the early harass.
I'm surprised that was 9, by the way. I saw that Banshee flying in while the Hellion battle was going on already as I circled on the minimap, but I didn't expect him to be able to kill 9 workers in that short amount of time. Strelok is macking pretty hard, by the way, as we can see. Blue Flame is on the way, 3 factories over here. Just now going up to triple orbital, though. And wow, and he's 11 workers behind after losing those 9. Yeah. That's actually pretty crazy.
While Strelok's initial expansion was a lot faster than Ganzi's, Ganzi's 3rd base was much faster than Strelok's, and he's been able to triple produce SCVs for some time now.
Where are all the factories of Ganzi? I feel like I'm missing...
He's got 3.
Okay, never mind. There they are. So 3 factories for Ganzi as well. As we are probably going to see Blue Flame first for him, or is he going to go for Siege? Nope. Blue Flame first as well, so... Gonna see Hellion was, but right now Ben Strelok has his 10 Hellion advantage. That's massive.
Yeah, and there's nothing in the bunker of Ganzi right now. This is a little scary. If Strelok just walks right in, a couple Marines do finally load up.
Those Vikings would actually be pretty smart to land those Vikings right now, as landed Vikings deal pretty good with Hellions. He's not gonna do that yet. He's gonna try instead to snipe this medevac, but all the Hellions do unload in the main base, and there are barely any units. This is gonna be a massacre.
Oh, very tough times for Ganzi right now.
Line him up!
And Strelok, where's the second prong? Strelok.
Wow, Strelok is... he could have done that so much quicker. Now he's gonna bring in all those Hellions via the natural. He's backing up just because of the bunker.
Not realizing the strength of his position. Strelok could have done so much more damage there. Of course, we do have the bird's eye view of this. We can see a lot more than he can.
Yep, doesn't want to end up risking losing all those Hellions without really getting anything out of it. During all this, man, Strelok has a 23 army supply lead right now, which is also really big. And he did kill 5 SCVs, so it was not completely worth it. Now 4 Hellions for 5 SCVs is of course not the best trade in the world against someone who's up on triple orbital. 2 more command centers going down for Ganzi as well. But this is actually looking quite grim for Ganzi.
Strelok's caught up in workers, Kev, so they're even there. As you've already pointed out, he's well ahead in army supply. But what is happening at this base?
Nothing, but it landed now as well, so he's just going to be able to mine from 3 bases as well. So economically, he's definitely not in a disadvantage anymore, as you pointed out, worker-wise as well, but now also base-wise. And this is a fight that, even though while there's a superior position for Ganzi, Strelok should win this because of the numbers.
And he does push right through. Ganzi going to lose more workers. His command center should get away.
Strelok doesn't have siege yet, by the way. I think he completely forgot about that, man. And he has two tanks on the other side of the map. Imagine if he had siege, how bad that would have been. Now actually I think that Ganzi can just completely crush his army. He should be able to just roll out. Of course, once more, he does not know what we know, and he might think that these tanks are siege, but there is no siege.
Possible overextension from Strelok here as...
Hellions are making their way over across the map as well. So
this is scary. There's nothing back at home at all. Very dangerous. Strelok continuing to push, though, into the natural of Ganzi. Still no siege mode.
Doing a really good job picking up 2 Vikings, and he has the point defense run over here as well. But Strelok is wasting time. Here come all the Hellions for Ganzi. Hellions in these numbers are even remotely decent against siege tanks. But
the tanks here are absorbing enough damage that the small piddling number of Hellions that Strelok has is actually enough to save the day, and he takes substantially fewer losses than it looked like he was going to take.
Strelok is playing really solid TVT over here.
Dude, he's got total control, man. Vikings just hovering over the base.
And now even Siege is ready, so this is probably the last moment that Ganzi can make something happen. But
being pulled, not many getting roasted, but still some more worker kills in total. Strelok's killed 20 workers
but
now.
landed Viking in the main base.
GG's. Wow. How about that? FXO Strelok with the 2-0 victory. Very well played, Eugen.
Yeah, Strelok just, as we said before, he's often really strong in the NASL, and he just played 2 really solid TVTs. Perhaps got a little bit fortunate build order-wise in the second one, opening up with the Raven, following it up with the Viking. But that was really not the only thing that made him win this game. Just produced more units, and it felt like he had a superior build. Yeah. Not even just like the build order coin flip, but just had a better build, better execution.
The crazy thing too is like there were still things that he could have
done a
little bit better.
If he has quicker siege, he pretty much heals the game immediately.
Siege, the multi-prong attack that didn't really turn into a multi-prong attack. It was like 2 pokes.
Yeah, it's
like I can multi-prong you, or I can go poke poke. And that's what Strelok did.
Poke poke?
He went poke poke.
Okay, he went poke poke. The good thing is for Strelok though, Strelok right now is 1-1 in the league. After losing 0-2 against Mana, he's right now 1-1 after defeating Ganzi 2-0. Ganzi been 0-3 in the NASL Season 4.
Very surprising current standing for Ganzi is his situation in the league getting a little bit grim now after 3 weeks of play. Last match brought to you guys by Kingston HyperX. Their full line of SSDs and RAM available over at Kingston.com. Coming up next, QXC versus the Muslim, another TVT. Should be a good one.
Should be a really good one.
Versus the Brit.
Yeah.
We're going to call this one the American Revolution, Kev.
The American Revolution.
Bandana
Well, guys,
Terran cometh.
Stay tuned, and we'll be right back after this small commercial break.